Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Tech and Scam News. In this episode we've only got one news article to go through. Let's go ahead and have a look at it. Okay, this is coming from the United States Attorney's Office, the Central District of California. It's a press release here. 3 defendants arrested on federal complaints alleging they knowingly received more than $13 million in scam victims' money. So let's have a look, see what's happened. So, in Santa Ana, California, 3 individuals, including 2 Chinese nationals, were arrested today. Now, when I say today, I mean this is labelled as the 25th of February, so it's a few days ago. So the 3 individuals were arrested 3 days ago on federal criminal complaints alleging they'd set up shell companies that laundered more than $13 million, stolen from victims of investment scams known as pig butchering. I believe Jim Browning has done a good video on YouTube about pig butchering. I'll leave a link in the description down below to that if you want to check that out. Right, the following defendants were arrested on the morning and are expected to make their initial appearances on the afternoon in the United States District Court of Santa Ana. Now, before we continue, I'm going to apologise if I mispronounce any of these names. But there's Ming-Chi Lee of 24 in downtown LA. There's Xiu Jia, 23 in downtown LA, and Zheng Ji of 55 in San Gabriel. The defendants were charged with operating an unlicensed money transmitting business, which is a felony offence that carries a statutory maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison. They are both Chinese citizens who entered the United States on student visas that have since expired. It is believed that they do not have lawful status in the United States. A federal magistrate judge ordered Lee and Jie jailed without bond. She was ordered released on a $20,000 bond. The defendants were scheduled for March 17th in the US District Court of Los Angeles. So, what was that? I think that was about 10 days ago at this rate. According to an affidavit filled out by the complainants, she established both Magic Location Trading LLC and Stonewater Trading LLC on the 7th of December 2022. Both companies are listed at the same address in downtown LA as being their base of operations. Now, I wonder if they do something similar to what I do and have a different registered office for their company in a completely different city, you know, out the way, not their home location sort of thing. Anyway, let's continue. Magic Location and Stonewater allegedly operated as money service businesses that were formed for the purpose of remitting funds on behalf of third-party customers to other entities. The defendants and the companies did so without registering with Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, the FinCEN, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, or the state of California, as required under federal law. So there's some kind of illegal money transfers. Bet they have their own version of an MTCN or something. Anyway, Xi and Li, using the alias Shenglin, opened US-based bank accounts, Magic Location, while Xi, using the alias Zhao Zhaolu, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not very good with Chinese names, to be honest. They opened US-based bank accounts for Stonewater. Okay. Those accounts received funds from investment fraud victims. In total, law enforcement identified 242 wire transfers to Stonewater that were received from individuals, including identified crime victims, totaling approximately $7,618,982 and 60 wire transfers to Magic Trading, approximately totaling $5.405 million. That's a fair amount of money. The defendants allegedly transferred the funds to overseas bank accounts and other domestic businesses, transferred money to individuals, and used their ill-gotten gains for personal expenses. Misappropriation of funds and whatnot. The victims in the matter were attempting to fund what they believed to be investment accounts that they purposely maintained on digital platforms such as websites or mobile apps. The victims' investments including commodities such as gold, contracts and virtual currency such as Bitcoin. That's a lot how the older pig butchering scam works. Sometimes what would happen is on a messaging thing like WhatsApp or something, there'll be a picture of an attractive young oriental lady saying, is this such and such a person? It's not such and such a person, it's just an icebreaker. What they then do is they say, sorry for bothering you, I was just trying to get in contact with my friend or something, and then they try and start a conversation saying, I've earned a bit of money in some kind of financial deal. Would you be interested? And if they're interested, they go ahead and say, all you got to do is download this app and put a little bit of money in to invest, and then it compounds 10 times, 100 times. Feeding on lust and greed, I guess you could say. Anyway, let's continue. Pig butchering fraud schemes, a term derived from a foreign language phrase. That's often used in China. They often refer to the victims as, fattening up a pig, ready for it to be eaten, so to speak. It's a phrase used to describe these crimes. Consist of scammers encountering victims on dating sites or social media, unsolicited messages or calls, often masquerading as the wrong number. Like I just said a moment ago. Hold on, I've got to scroll down, haven't I? Scammers initiate relationships with victims, slowly gaining their trust and eventually introducing the idea of making the business monies. Victims are then directed to other members of the scheme operating fraudulent investment platforms and applications, where victims are persuaded to transfer money for the purpose of financial investments. Like I said, money doubling, 10xing, 100xing. Basically, if there's some kind of trick to getting a whole load of money, they'll try that. Once funds are sent to the scammer-controlled accounts, the purported investment platform often falsely shows significant gains on the investment, and the victims are then induced to send more money to make additional investments. Ultimately, the victims are unable to cover the money, often resulting in significant losses for their victims. One example, a victim, a 72-year-old Minnesota man, exchanged messages with a Chinese woman on WhatsApp. She convinced him to invest in a digital platform called NQ? Not sure if that's how you pronounce it. According to the complaints, in August 2023, the victim wired $75,000 to Stonewater, and the following month wired $250,000 to Magic Trading for the purpose of investing in this thing. He was later unable to withdraw his money from NQ. Criminal complaint is merely an allegation. All defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, beyond reasonable doubt. I don't know if they're going to update us after all this stuff has happened, but it'll be interesting to see if they get any prison time or anything like that. With that said, Let me know what you think about that little news article. Leave some comments down below if you know of any pig butchering routines. If you've ever got a message from an attractive looking Chinese lady on WhatsApp, or maybe a dating site or something like that, let us know down below. And I'll see you in the next episode of Tech and Scam News. That's all from me for now.